Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter. Jack Dorsey was born in St. Louis, Missouri, USA on 19 November 1976. Being so passionate about computers as a teenager, he spent much time studying one of the first versions of IBM. The common fascination people had about Jack was his quietness. He was fidgeting and thus preferred to keep silent. Young Dorsey solved this issue by himself after letting go of his career, medicine. The boy, who has attempted an oratory competition severally, saw it as a springboard to solving other difficult issues in New York and San Francisco. Sources from Jack's native school, Bishop DuBourg High School, Missouri, had it that he was a banal American disciple whose consistent and unparalleled engagements at school proved him indisputably talented. According to Jack Dorsey himself, his childhood flair for city maps replaced his dream of becoming an urban planning expert. Initially, he made an effort to transfer road maps into digital format, and then using an electronic billboard, which is a prototype of the internet using animations. The result was a kind of a real city, but in an abridged style. He got his initial knowledge on programming at 14, after which he wrote a program on the roadmap. He got the inspiration for Twitter when he beheld the sight of some drivers' dialogues. In summer of 1991, Jack joined Myra Digital Publishing Company. The boy appeared in the office of his boss, Jim McKelvey, at a period of a serious project. Jim promised to have a brief word with him, but as it often happens, it skipped his memory, and he went back to work. Some hours later, the wonderkind was still fixed and waited. A few weeks later, a teenager, Jack Dorsey, was leading the team of the programmers in their 30s. After leaving the native grounds of St. Louis, Jack Dorsey entered the Missouri University of Science and Technology, and 2 years later moved down to New York City, his childhood's dream. His flair for city life was taken beyond measure. Now, Jack wanted to get his moving dots on the map to communicate with each other and tell their locations and the next line of action. What's happening is the prime question that users answer on Twitter today. Dispatch Management Services Corp. was the next company Dorsey got into. From Jack Dorsey's biography, we learned that he simply hacked the security system of the company's website and emailed DMSC's top manager, Greg Kidd, with recommendations on how to patch the hole created by Dorsey. Despite the potential threat of being arrested, Jack was hired in the company. There he learned about a short messaging system, SMS, as well as about a new program through which dispatchers could view movements of couriers in a real-time mode. For several years, Dorsey worked on the creation of software for taxi and ambulance cars and played a crucial role in the promotion of the new project of Greg Kidd called thenet.com. After the dot-com bubble in 2000, the project failed and Dorsey was left unemployed. He had been freelancing for almost 5 years and even went to massage therapy courses. Later, Dorsey was hired by the audio company, which specialized in internet startups. It was located in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, headed by the talented programmer and businessman Evan Williams, who previously worked with Sergey Brin at Google. In 2006, audio began to experience a financial crisis, and most importantly, the ideological difficulties. Evans suggested his team to divide into a few groups and come up with several new products. Then one day, sitting on the playground and eating Mexican fast food, Jack Dorsey told the world about the idea of service that would allow users to share their minds online. This is how SMS service was introduced to the US market. It is interesting to know that while European teenagers have been already texting each other for a long time, the United States, a country of high technology, only made the first step into the exploration of the simple service. Jack demanded an SMS to send messages by a special program that would then spread them around friend lists. Hence, the limitation the number of allowed characters is 140. Dorsey and friends spent 2 weeks to write a code bearing the name Twitter. The first tweet in the microblogging service Twitter appeared on March 21, 2006. Jack Dorsey wrote in his account, "Just setting up my Twitter." The first public version of the service appeared in June 2006. Initially, Americans were condemning Twitter. Evans Williams, at a point, did a comparison of Twitter and ice cream. It was an amazing surprise when audio, which was aiding the initiative of young programmers, became hard up. In less than a month of Twitter's launch, Jack had to think about how to raise more funds and survive as a separate company. It was Fred Wilson who offered himself not only as a sponsor but also as a strategic consultant of Twitter. Despite the tough schedule, he always found enough time for a piece of advice. Moreover, his strategy was not only focused on the global picture, but also the smallest details of Twitter usage. The new sponsor came to work with a variety of questions and requests, which helped him to understand the ideas and thoughts of the team. As a result, Fred has supported Twitter not only financially, he also contributed to the successful management of Twitter. However, with the development of smartphones, it has become easier to send messages via the internet than via SMS. According to the similar web analytics tool, Twitter has a 2.2 billion visits monthly. The widespread popularity of the novelty began after South by Southwest Film Festival in 2007, where the company's employees installed multiple screens displaying real-time messages from the users of the service. By this step, the creators of Twitter managed to increase the number of daily tweets from 20 to 60,000. Just a year later, on May 2008, the billionth message was sent through Twitter. The company began to develop, and as a result, its market capitalization reached the point mark of $1.5 billion. An opportunity to exchange short messages simultaneously with millions of people around the globe turned Twitter into a dangerous political weapon. For instance, in Iran, with the help of this service, people managed to gather in a huge protesting crowds just in a few days. Something similar happened in Moldova, Guatemala, and Uganda. The U.S. State Department even invited Jack Dorsey to come to Iraq to teach the local prime minister how to tweet. By the way, a former security advisor of the U.S., Mark P. Fayfield, even took an initiative to nominate Dorsey and other creators of Twitter for the Nobel Peace Prize for their impact on Iran's future. Thinking of multiplying his wealth, Evans Williams persuaded the board of Twitter to shift Jack Dorsey from his position. In October 2008, Dorsey was moved from his post of the executive director of Twitter and stopped his active work in the company. In 2010, Evan Williams could not handle it anymore and left the post, passing it to another top manager of Twitter Incorporated, Dick Costolo, who later decided to return Dorsey to the position of the executive chairman. In March 2011, Jack Dorsey initiated the dismissal of 4 managers who played a key role in implementing the strategy of the service under the leadership of co-founders Evan Williams and Biz Stone. On June 10, 2015, Dick Costolo announced that he was resigning as CEO of Twitter effective July 1, 2015. Jack Dorsey took the position of interim CEO. On October 5, 2015, Jack Dorsey was assigned as the permanent CEO of Twitter. Today, Jack Dorsey combines his time at Twitter with the development of Square Incorporated. The project was supposed to be called Squirrel. Such a strange name, according to the legend, was explained by the fact that the miniature gadget for making credit card mobile payments looked like an acorn. However, the final product looked quite different, a small cube with a pin contact on one of its sides. As a result, the device got a name from Square. Dorsey explains that Square is a specialized reader which is inserted into a mobile phone through the headphone jack. There's a magnetic stripe reader of bank cards inside, which allows obtaining information about the credit card being placed in it. One of Dorsey's personality traits is that he works very hard. He spends 8 hours on Twitter and then goes to the neighborhood street to work another 8 hours at Square. Both of his companies are rapidly evolving and require full commitment from him. So how does Jack Dorsey have enough time and energy to manage everything? He has a per-minute working plan for every single day. As of October 20, 2015, Jack Dorsey has a net worth of $2.3 billion and admitted by Forbes as one of the richest billionaires on the planet. He is single. Jack considers his greatest achievement to date is building a company of people who love their work. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other interesting videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.